All right, ladies and gentlemen, today is day 5. Yeah, day 5 of my road to consistency. No news really, nothing crazy. Yeah, we're good. So let's see. Today is the last day of the eval, potentially last day of the eval. We got a lot of movement here. What is this? 600 in Asia session. I don't really expect much from New York though, considering there's no news or any movement. That's crazy. 159 here. Realistically, dude, I only need a target. Profit target is like, can I put them in price? No. Reward, yeah. Profit target for me is literally, I only need 230, 240-ish, which is how many ticks? 46 ticks. I can literally just buy in randomly and more than likely win the trade. I'm pretty sure. But I do want to get in on the right side of the market just to make sure. How much is 46 ticks? Yeah, it's like nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Let me guess. Oh, 210. It shouldn't matter though, right? Just to be safe, I'm gonna go for like another 120. Just to be safe. And it's done. Yeah, 280. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, so let me just talk about this. That's a retarded trading day. That's a stupid fucking trading day. But let me just talk about it then. So, I have just finished my evaluation phase on this account. Um, I've completely made exactly what, or I didn't make exactly what I need, but um, I lost the first day $1,000. Yes, that one was terrible, terrible trade. I think that day was like really emotional for me because it was my first day back trading, and I read the market a little wrong, right? Sorry, I gotta get my liquid IV in because I cannot breathe, and I need some energy. Um, but yeah, so then the second day I ended up, I think I made 914, something like that, and that basically put me back at the break even point, and so I took that for the day, and it, I think that was a good emotional day because I stopped out early, took a decent, very decent trade actually. Didn't catch a lot of points, but it was a good trade nonetheless. And then the next day after that, I made another $950, $940. I think that was Wednesday. I just don't remember though. But yeah, that was pretty good of me. It I guess really that trading day, it was a little less of a good trade. Just because it was how do I say this? Like it was kind of just like a until retracement trade, right? It wasn't a real trade, but it was still better than the Tuesday one. And that was my biggest trade of this account. Of course, if I were on a bigger account, that would not have been the biggest trade. But I'm on a small account and I'm in the evaluation phase, so I can't really take much more. Thursday, took a pretty bad trade, not a good one. I was only looking for a couple of points, like 40, 50 points. And it kind of wasn't a great trade. Had I stayed in, I would have been stopped out. Um, but of course, I didn't get stopped out. And that's what matters. I do think trades like Thursday though, I should definitely be waiting more. I only didn't wait because I knew I didn't need to catch a lot. I only needed 900 or a roundabout, and I ended up catching $840, $840, I think it was. And that put me over the threshold that I needed to pass the account, but it didn't give me my consistency rule, which is 50%. And at the time, my biggest trade was $950. It still is my biggest trade on this account. So I needed the account to be 950 times 2. That way, I would be able to fit the consistency rule. And 950 times 2 is 1900. So what I had to do was make the account worth 1,900 more than what I started off with. I started off with 2,500 or 25,000, so I needed to be at 26,900. And if we go back to look at this account real quick, we can see the account summary 26,966. So I'm just over the threshold now, and that's perfect because now my smallest trade is like 250 something dollars, but I'm in the threshold where that $950 trade is 50% less than 50% of my account. So yeah, and the reason why I took those trades like that was because I only needed $200. And I knew $200 was literally nothing. So, I do think, however, that price could continue bullish because if we go ahead and switch scenes and then look, that's not what I want to do. We look at my, oh wow, my predictions are pretty, oh, it's because I'm not on the daily time frame. Sorry. I mean, they are still pretty far back actually. Let me move this back up to here. If we look at my predictions, I practically predicted everything pretty clearly. This week was definitely, I was definitely unsure, more unsure than usual. Monday bullish, I got that prediction correct. Tuesday wild card, I wanted to see more bullish, but it ended up bearish. So still correct about it because I called wild card on this day. Wednesday I called bearish. We got bearish. Thursday it was another wild card day. It was bullish or bearish depending on PD arrays, right? And if we look, we had this Wednesday PD array touched, right? But then we had a fair value gap right here, which again I stated at the beginning of the week. If Tuesday was bullish and Wednesday, or if Monday and Tuesday were bullish and Wednesday was bearish, if we could, we might get a fair value gap. Ended up being the opposite of that. Monday bullish, Tuesday, Wednesday bearish. We have a fair value gap, and then Thursday touched into that fair value gap, and we ended up going bearish. Which again, depending on my PD array, I called bullish or bearish. And then Friday, I'm calling bullish. So I hope today ends up closing bullish, because if not, if we close bearish today, we might actually end up sweeping lows down here and coming to rebalance this price, which again, it won't necessarily be a bad thing for the economy or anything, but I don't know. I think, honestly, I do think it's potentially going to happen, though, because we have SMTs right here. If we look, Dow Jones swept this high here, while S&P 500 and NASDAQ did not sweep this high, which super high time frame SMT divergence, but it is still a divergence. So we got 6 hours left on price to take down, to move lower, right? But obviously, I don't know really. If we look at the 30-minute, it seems like there's potential that we do continue to move lower, even more bearish. But again, in the back of my mind, I'm hoping for bullish. However, just a lot of the signs currently point to bearish, especially this big drop from yesterday. We had a very big push the night before, and then a huge drop all the way back down. So this kind of points back to more of a bearish structure. So yeah, we'll see. We are pretty close to opening price, which is right here. So we could potentially end up bullish today. But even if we do end up bullish today, there's potential that in the long run we just continue bearish to rebalance how much price has moved, because everything has been so bullish for the last 40 days. We've seen a straight bullish push, and now we're in kind of a consolidation phase where price is kind of moving back and forth. We might move back and forth for a few more weeks, or a few more weeks. I hope not a few more weeks. A few more days, maybe a week or two. But hopefully after that we have some form of breakout, whether we move to rebalance price, we sweep a low and then move to expand more, or we just straight up expand. Um, if I had to say what's the most likely reaction, we probably do sweep out these lows and come close to a rebalancing, but not quite because it's such a high time frame. I don't think we come down to the 50% of the last few legs. I think we come more into like 75%, maybe 60%. And then after that, we're just gonna continue expanding bullish. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's road to profitability video. I mean that was like pointless for me to record realistically, but I did want to record it and show it just as proof. This is the first account that I have passed in months and months and months and months. I think the last time I passed an account, last time I even bought an account was December of 2025. It is June of 2026. It's about to be July of 2026 even. But yeah, so honestly, if if next week goes well, I think this account doesn't need a certain amount of winning days, but if next week goes well, I hope to trade 4 to 5 days. But if I can like go 3 days and be at a good point, I might just request a payout just to say that I did, you know. It'll be my first payout ever. I've never received a payout before this, but I have been able to get payouts before. I don't know what I was doing. The first time I was able to receive a payout, I got denied because back then I was trading kind of like really aggressively. So I'd take like 10 trades in an hour. And, at the time I was with Apex Trading and they kind of denied my payout, which, you know, fair. It's in their rules. I didn't really understand their rules. Thankfully they changed it now, so it's better. But then my second opportunity, I had 4,000 in an Alpha Futures account. Actually, it was another Alpha Futures account. Uh, oh wait, but I'm not on Alpha Futures right now. I'm on Take Profit. But yeah, I had 4,000 in an Alpha Futures account, and I could have requested 4,000, but I said no. I want to request 5,000 and be consistent 5 days in a row. Because at that point, I had traded 4 days in a row and won up to 4,000. I wanted to trade the fifth day and win up to 5,000 so I could request a $5,000 payout. I don't know if it's like an OCD thing or what, but I just really wanted to see that 5,000. But I said no to the payout and I waited, and then next like week and a half I just took straight losses and I couldn't get up to that 5,000, and then I ended up blowing the account. Then the final time I was on a take profit account and I made enough to take out a 2.3 2.4k, I think, 2 point something thousand-dollar payout. And yeah, again, I wanted 5,000. I didn't take the payout. I waited and then I blew the account eventually. So yeah, yeah, it was all so terrible. And now I'm pretty consistent enough that I think I can definitely take a $5,000 payout. Um, but yeah, I hope everybody had a great trading week. I know I had a pretty good trading week. Hopefully, next week is a good trading week, and yeah, that's a wrap on the evaluation phase. Next week we're actually going into the meat of the road to profitability, where I'm actually trying to get profit. But yeah, I hope I see everybody next week as well.